Hey everyone, welcome back and happy Wednesday. All right, guys. Well, last night we got in super late. I said this in an earlier video, but we got in really late and then we went to bed. I think I got about 4.5 hours of sleep. And then I went and worked out this morning and I got breakfast and I got my whole household up. So yeah, that's good. Yeah, I think. I don't know. We'll find out. We have videos coming out today on YouTube, on TikTok. We are fully back in effect and we are perfecting the upandadamlive.com, the new site. So there's so much going on, so much to talk about, so much to discuss. But we will be back later on Friday for Hot Messy Topics. In the meantime, Andy Cohen is spilling some tea from the Vanderpump, or well, the Valley reunion. And yeah, we have some of the Vanderpump people who are chiming in as well. So I think we have enough. Now, with that, smash the like button, show some love, and let's jump right in. All right, guys. So this is where I wanted to start because Andy Cohen gave some reflections on the reunion. Now, he was talking about some of the early filming concerns and he expressed apprehension about filming the reunion before the entire season aired, saying the danger of shooting a reunion so early. There are so many little side comments that are made that could end up just infuriating the universe that you won't know about. But he said it was an intense atmosphere, saying that there was some dark stuff and there was a lot of emotional weight in the discussions. But when it comes to Jax Taylor, he noted a noticeable change in Jax's appearance, saying, I will say Jax's face has come back. He looks so tweaked out on, I don't even know during what season, but I think he was trying to say, yeah, he looks good, which is, listen, good. But he also wanted to clarify some of the reunion seating arrangements because Michelle was on the end and he addressed the fan speculation about Michelle's seating and said, it means nothing. It just means that she's in the last chair and there's only so many chairs. But some of the post reunion interactions, Janet Caperna's inquiry was, well, that was interesting. Andy shared where Janet asked about post reunion plans, to which he responded no, explaining that his previous dinner with the Summer House cast was merely due to proximity to his home, meaning, I'm not hanging out with you. But listen, I did think that it was interesting. I thought a lot of it was interesting. And then I don't know if you guys watched last night. I was fully anticipating doing a recap today, a live recap. I'm actually kind of happy that I did not do a live recap because I watched it last night and I saw the Santa Barbara. I saw the whole thing and I just thought that it was kind of insane, I guess. I do love the cast of The Valley, and I think that Brittany does amazing. But showing Jax and rehab and his rage texting, I'm like, dude, what are you doing? And he's like, I cannot believe you, this man, and you put my marriage and my son in jeopardy and blah, 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 blah. And the woman could not take a minute for reprieve. I just thought it was a little wild. Not that I'm sitting here negating the fact that Jax did go to rehab and to a mental health facility. I just don't necessarily think that I don't think that I think that these kind of facilities work if you are going there on your own. I don't think when somebody tells you like a network like, "Hey, you need to go there in order to save your job." I don't think that that necessarily works, and I think that's probably the situation that they're in, but Oi, I don't know. And then also watching last night, the Zach and Janet Caperna of it all. I'm not quite understanding everyone attacking Janet Caperna right now, saying, oh my God, you're so annoying. We hate you. I'm like, guys, did I miss something? Because I'm watching it and I think that she's doing a killer job. I think that she's doing fantastic. And, you know, all Zach said last night was, yeah, I said something when I was drunk. I said something when I was shit faced. Okay. Who gives a shit? You're still an adult. You said something when you were drunk. And I like Zach, but like, you still said it. It doesn't take away from the fact that you said it. So if you said it, then you got to own it. And he's like, I will own 100% of everything that I'm saying. And then when they were talking, he was like, ooh, ooh, I can't talk to her right now. I need one of the other castmates to come and hold my hand right now. I need one of them to come hold my hand because I can't. And I'm like, so you can literally tell this woman or talk about her behind her back that you don't care if her baby, something happens to her, her pregnancy. And again, I'm not attacking Zach, but I'm like, dude, you have to have some accountability. Just being like, I'm shit-faced and I said some wild things. Yeah, sure. I think that we've all been there. However, at the end of the day, that's not an answer. Like, if I have ever been, you know, like in the moment where I'm out with friends and I say something, I'll be like, "Oh man." Not like, "Forgive me, I said something." It's more like, "I am so sorry. Um, can we fix this? Can we not?" And I think for him, he was like, "You have to understand I was drunk." And I'm like, "No, that's a dumb answer." But moving on, moving on. Oh, speaking of dumb answers, I thought also Jesse had a lot of dumb answers. But here, I'm going to play a couple clips.
The difference between filming VPR in the Valley. It was different being a friend of, because I kind of just got to come do my own thing, be there to support my friends and not feel pressure to bring up a certain thing on camera, to confront a certain person about this. So I had fun. It was very chill. And this was one of the things that I told Gretchen about doing Orange County this season as a friend, because she was kind of going back and forth like, well, do I want to do it if I'm not a housewife? And I was like, look, if I can give you any piece of advice, it is easier, you know, after being off the show for like a decade, to go back into it, being a friend and having a little less pressure on you. What's the difference between filming VPR and
Okay. Fair. That makes sense. Well, then this. Oi.
I too would choose Jax.
Okay, why
My
for
reasoning
you?
is different. I still stand by the fact that both Jax has been diagnosed as a narcissist. I believe that Jesse is 100% a narcissist. He's very manipulative, but and I don't want to say he's not smart enough, but I'm going to say he's not smart enough to be calculated. He's too transparent in his calculations.
Which is great.
And he would be very, very easy to go up against in court for custody. And including divorce. Okay. No, I've thought so long and hard about this, you guys. He also is not smart enough. I hate saying that. It sounds so rude, but I'm just saying it. I don't give a fuck.
No, I don't think
Jesse, I would never want him as my ex because he is so calculated.
Yeah. Well, that's.
There was some dark stuff. There was some dark stuff. I will say Jax's face has come back. He came, I was like, oh, your face looks healthier, because he looks so tweaked out and like, I don't even know what during the season.
If you're a vain enough person, that is enough to keep you sober for a while.
Right.
Like, just looking a little.
Right.
You look so
right.
gross.
Yeah. So anyway, Janet was like, I saw you out to dinner with the Summer House guys after that reunion. Like,
well,
are you like going out to dinner with this group after the reunion? It's like, no.
Well, also you went to Corner Bistro in your neighborhood.
That's
a block
what I
away.
said. I go,
where are you going to go? Pink's Hot Dogs?
Yeah, right. I go,
Wiener
they were basically on my block. I go, that was, that was.
You're in the Valley. You got to get back.
Yes.
You got to get out of there.
Yes. Jordan, what were you asking about the seating chart?
Oh, people were asking about Michelle being in the last chair. What does that mean?
Nothing. It just means she was in the last chair. I mean, there's only so many chairs.
Okay.
Somebody has to be in. Sometimes you put.
There was some dark stuff. There was some dark stuff.
Last but not least.
You guys know the ups and downs that I have been going through with Kristen Doty. And the reason she and I fell off originally, which was like a year and a half ago, was
A lot of Kristens being thrown around.
now we're on Kristen Doty.
Fucking lost.
But she's also dear friends with Meredith. Anyway, she and I fell off because I had seen a video of her doing Zach Unfiltered with Zach. It was like a live podcast. And there was a girl who used to be on Shaws of Sunset who was commenting on me as a parent and as a person. And Doty, in my mind, didn't defend me. Whether that was true or not, I still to this day do not know, because you have to remember I had my hormonal goggles on. Either way, I went to Brittany and said, Kristen's dead to me. And
that escalated.
Brittany tells her, and it escalated things. Cut to where we are now. We haven't really spoken. We've spoken about each other, but we haven't been good. Anyway, during her pregnancy, I have been reaching out a lot and not getting a response. Totally fine. Then she started warming up and I was getting a response. The day before the shower, I got a message from her saying, basically, I won't share exactly what it was. She said she was debating coming to the shower because she didn't know if it was appropriate for her to welcome herself into my home with where we've been, but she wants to be here to support Meredith. I wrote her a lengthy text message. I do feel like our fallout really was only my fault.
That's big of you to say.
I don't know that it's big of me to say. What I do know is I was pregnant.
It's good of you to take accountability.
Well, I appreciate that.
Course.
Just with a 30,000 foot view, my hormones were raging. Although I knew that I had made the right decision when it came to getting a donor with SOSA, I would be lying if I said there weren't moments where I was very scared.
Actually, I agree with her brother, where I think that, listen, I agree with Lala. Like, I don't know if it's big of me to say, but I do think it's accountability. And interesting. I'm curious to hear what you guys think. Guys, pop off in the comment section. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell, and we'll see you in a little bit. Love you guys. Bye.